Family and friends, welcome to the QUT graduation ceremony. The ceremony is about to commence. We kindly ask that your mobile phone be switched off or on silent mode until the end of our ceremony. Please familiarise yourself with the nearest exit and adhere to social distancing rules. In case of an emergency, please remain calm and follow the instructions of the venue ushers who will ensure your safety. We now welcome our real world graduates. Guests, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
Welcome. Please be seated. I'm Ms. Rebecca Pritchard, Director of Campus Services and Procurement, and I'm delighted to be your host for today's graduation ceremony. In commencing today's proceedings, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land with a welcome to country video.
Family and friends, welcome to the QUT graduation ceremony. The ceremony is about to
Balka be Balka, welcome in the language of the Yagara people. We acknowledge the Turrbal and Yagara peoples as the First Nation owners of the lands of where QUT now stands. For thousands of years, the Turrbal and Yagara people have gathered along the banks of Maiwa, the Brisbane River, to share their knowledge and stories. We pay our respects to their elders, laws, customs, and creation spirits. We recognise that these lands where QUT now stands have always been places of teaching, researching, and learning. We acknowledge the important role Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people play within our QUT community. From Moreton Bay inland as far as the Great Dividing Range near Warwick and Toowoomba, as far north as the Caboolture River, including the lands around Brisbane City, Meanjin. Yura yura yinala, balka bi balka, nganguru maramakoro nganya birali, nganya bayam. Welcome to the traditional country of the Turrbal and Yagara people.
Graduation is an important part of the fabric of university life, and in today's ceremony we will confer more than 210 degrees. In addition to today's formal proceedings, it's also an opportunity for us to celebrate and reflect on the personal achievements of all our graduates and join very warmly and genuinely in their celebration. We would particularly like to welcome those who are live streaming from around the world. I believe our graduates would be the first to admit that while graduation celebrates their individual success, their accomplishments would not be possible without their strong support networks throughout their studies. As such, today's celebration also recognises the significant contribution of family, friends, university staff, and many other people throughout the wider community. Officiating over today's ceremony is our presiding officer, Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Margaret Shiel, AO, who it is now my pleasure to invite to give the official opening address.
On behalf of the University and my colleagues here on stage, may I add my very own welcome to you all, the graduating students, your families and friends, as we celebrate your achievements here today. We also welcome those watching online. Thank you to our host, Miss Rebecca Pritchard, and I acknowledge also our Head of School of Creative Practice, Professor Damien Canduso, and welcome Dr. Scott Rankin, our speaker for today. Today's ceremony is modelled on those of medieval European universities which date back more than 1,000 years. So we have a mace to symbolise authority, a Latin anthem, and academic dress styled in the traditions of that earlier time. More significantly, in all our meetings at QUT, we also celebrate the much older culture of the traditional owners of the land on which QUT stands, the Turrbal and the Yagara people, whose customs and ceremonies date back more than 40,000 years. We pay our respects to their elders, laws, customs and creation spirits, and as our nation prepares to formalise a voice to Parliament for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, we have sought to deepen and expand the way in which you, as future decision makers, respect and value the precious contributions of those who have lived in this place for countless generations. I start with my congratulations to you all on your commitment, courage and achievement in qualifying to graduate today. The qualification is evidence of your academic success in exams and assessments in a highly regarded and competitive environment. Some of you may have had to persuade your inner voice or your families that it would be worth the sacrifices, especially if you've had to leave home and or travel to a new country. During the last 3 years, for some of you, your entire time at university, there has been disruption from the pandemic, socially and economically. And simply continuing to pursue your studies has demanded enormous resilience. QUT has a clear vision to be the university for the real world, which draws on our history as QUT was formed, bringing together the Queensland Institute of Technology at Gardens Point and the Brisbane College of Advanced Education and a range of other teacher training institutes, now all located at Kelvin Grove. Since that time, it has grown dramatically in size and reputation to be ranked amongst the world's best 200 universities. And our staff continue to win awards for teaching and recognition and funding for groundbreaking research. We celebrate that excellence and achievement, but remain committed to our core purpose to provide transformative education, student experiences and research relevant to our communities. Our courses are designed in consultation with employers, including workplaces and practical experiences, and our lecturers remain connected to their professions and disciplines. Our approach to research is demonstrated in, for example, the most recent round of highly competitive federal government grants, where we ranked 8th in Australia and won funding for projects that range from those that are aiming to study teacher attraction and retention in hard-to-staff schools, to build better environments for older Australians ageing in their homes, to explore the role of artistic practice in Australian video game development, or to improve batteries and make new materials that reduce waste. These are just but a few examples of the research that has informed your education and which will ultimately enhance our national future prosperity and well-being. We know that education transforms lives, so we strive to connect every student to the opportunities provided by education, regardless of background or financial circumstances. We work to support students from the day they begin university to when they graduate. We want that to continue on a lifelong journey of education, and we encourage you to reconnect to QUT when you decide to study again, as we hope you will. Education is transformative not only because of the formal knowledge you acquire, but also because it will equip you with sophisticated problem-solving skills, the capacity to work with a wide diversity of other people, tools to interpret information, to form well-founded views within ethical frameworks, to make sound decisions, and to communicate with a wide audience. Attributes that we expect to see you, that will see you become leaders of the future. As you leave QUT, I encourage you to remain connected with each other and with our QUT alumni network. You will be in good company. Our alumni include QUT leaders such as Chancellor Anne Sherry, our Deputy Chancellor Peter Howes, and many of those who are on the stage with us today. Our 2022 Outstanding Alumni Award winners include Linda Hapgood, an engineering graduate in 1999 who is now Boeing's Vice President for Digital Transformation in Seattle. Steve Johnson, business graduate from 1986, now CEO of Suncorp. David Williams, a Waka Waka man who received a Bachelor of Music in 2005, founded his own creative agency and has performed around the world, including at the Beijing Olympics. Catherine Clark, a graduate in Justice in 1999, an elite athlete and now CEO of Paralympics Australia. And Kevin Goshok, who used his 2010 degree in Games and Interactive Entertainment to found Arcos Labs in the US, which helps the world's leading companies combat online fraud. And these are just a few examples of thousands of successful QUT graduates. I'm sure none of those mentioned would have predicted where or how their careers and lives would develop when they were sitting waiting to graduate, just as you are doing today. In my own case, I had started working in a lab doing my PhD research in chemistry at a time when it seemed that all my friends and fellow graduates were heading off to travel the world. Tempted to join them, I'm pleased that I didn't. I had no idea that on becoming a scientist, I would have the opportunity to not only live and work overseas for a number of years, but that I was joining an international community of scientists that over the past 40 years has enabled me to meet, work and form friendships with truly great individuals from all parts of the world. I only knew there was a Vice-Chancellor because he had signed my degree, and I certainly had no idea or expectation I would end up in a role like this one day. But remember that ultimately you will be judged, as I hope I will be, not by the wealth and fame or position you acquire, but the compassion and care you show for others. As you walk across the stage today, think about how far you have come. I know your family and friends are proud of you for the hard work you have put into completing your degree, and so are we. So on behalf of the university, I wish you all the best for the next stage of your journey. I now call on our ceremonial host, Ms. Rebecca Pritchard, to certify the eligibility of graduates to be awarded their qualifications.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to inform you that the graduands who will be presented to you or who are nominated for awards in absentia are entitled to be admitted to degrees and have awards conferred upon them. I certify to you and to the university that they have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for their awards.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the University Council, I will admit to degrees and confer awards upon those qualified graduates in attendance today. I also admit to degrees and confer awards upon those qualified graduates who have been unable to attend in person at this ceremony.
Vice-Chancellor, I now have pleasure calling on our presenting officer, Professor Damien Canduso, Head of School, Creative Practice, to present today's graduands.
Vice-Chancellor, I have much pleasure in presenting to you graduates in the Faculty of Creative Industries, Education and Social Justice to be admitted to degrees. Bachelor of Creative Industries, Georgia Best. Louisa Busfield. Hugh Candy. Guyao Chen. Yushin Chen. Wangzahan Cheng. Luther Chao Cheng Un. Ethan Clifford. Zhao Dang. Jemima Davey. Taylor Dixon. Lilybell Eupine Jordan. Megan Eustace. James Garrett. William Goldsworthy. Richie Goodacre. Linda Grasser. Shayla Hugh. Blanche Lay. Nuazang Lee. Amelia Lord. J. Ma. James McDougall. Cameron Mortimer. Panache Murefu. Emily Nitson. Liam Pike. Madeline Possel. Charlotte Russell. Rebecca BBN Corsican. Mia Sueva. Rian Steenstrup. Tara Steenstrup. Charlie Swanenberg. Nyop Diep Tran. Luella Trotz. Sienna Wadeson. Hunting Wong. Winyin Wong. Swan Yao. Jonki Yin. Joey Su. Bachelor of Creative Industries with distinction, Rachel Adamson. Sylvia Milagros Arenata. Hui Wei Ao. Paige Benecki. Tejaswini Butt. Hafiza Atika Binte Abdullah. Kate Blakeshaw. Caitlin Brading. Jay Denty. Zara Goodman. Grace Harding Smith. Nicola Hawkins. Phoebe Horn. Yoji Hao. Hui Kao. Ben Larson Smith. Danica Martin. Thomas McDonald. Kate McEachin. Maria Musa. Ha Nguyen. Giovanna Ribeiro. Nicholas Taylor. Charlotte Thomas. Chloe Topping. Anna Jane Vascina. Janine Voon Jin Yan. Jessica Weber. Itian Jung. Bachelor of Educational Studies, Jacqueline Bodley. Yao Yin Yip. Bachelor of Entertainment Industries, Ashley Cox. Emma Comerford. Bachelor of Entertainment Industries with distinction, Bonnie Kirkpatrick. Michelle Poton. Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Creative Industries, Samuel Farquhar. Bu Lin Vu. Liliana Maguire. Annie Barnett. Jordan Rickard. Jordan Reimers. Cassidy Sawford. Claire Sue. Ada Tamavongsa. Mekdes Turner. Jasmine Watkins. Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Creative Industries with distinction, Apana Campbell. Bachelor of Business with distinction, Bachelor of Creative Industries, Peter von Sticklitz. Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Creative Industries with distinction, Sarah Quartus. Alvi Doherty. Sherry Fang. Ella Farrington. Rihanna Kello. Tegan Linane. Mia Stewart. Bachelor of Business with distinction, Bachelor of Creative Industries with distinction, Isabella Nye. Wei Tisha Low. Casey Grant. Aislinn Murray. Jacqueline Taylor. Jasmine Brown. Brittany Campbell. Tungyan Chang. Peter Hang. Emily King. Taya Miller. Caitlin Moore. Chenny Nugent. Ruby Pramberg. Meg Sheehan. Jessica Strong. Hannah Walls. Ryan Ward. Bachelor of Creative Industries, Bachelor of Information Technology, Lachlan Caldwell. Megan Sue. Bachelor of Creative Industries with distinction, Bachelor of Information Technology, Patrick Son. Bachelor of Creative Industries, Bachelor of Information Technology with distinction, Rihanna Allwood. Bachelor of Creative Industries with distinction, Bachelor of Information Technology with distinction, Olivia Balderston. Chanel Hare. Diu Huang. Christopher Sturkenberg. Daniel Taylor. Declan Seafeld. Vice-Chancellor, we will now have a brief interlude showcasing members of our alumni community.
Well done.
Congratulations.
You did it.
But today's not the end, you know. It's just the start.
Because when you stay in touch with the QUT,
the opportunities to kickstart your career are endless. You can use your connections to build your network.
Springboard into new opportunities.
Stay in touch with those you've been through so much with.
take the best bits of your uni experience and make them grow.
Welcome to the club, the QUT alumni community.
Why did I come back? Because I wanted to give back. After I graduated from Human Resource Management, I saw a lot of new grads coming out into a really tough job market, and I knew I could give them my advice on how to get a better start.
I did law and biomedical science, but I had no idea how to turn my niche passion into a career. But by reaching out and chatting to my brilliant QUT lecturers, everything fell into place. They helped me jump straight from honours to a PhD without needing to do a master's, and they believed in me.
I graduated from QUT with a Bachelor of Laws honours, and now I work as an associate to a judge of the Supreme Court of Queensland. I'm also very passionate about giving back to my community and bolstering the number of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander professionals in the legal profession, which is why I'm so keen to stay involved with QUT to help mentor and support other Indigenous Australians to find their feet and achieve their goals and ambitions at QUT.
The first thing I did after finishing my nutrition degree was create a range of healthy food products and open a Whole Foods cafe called Miss Bliss. I won a few business awards and QUT liked what they saw. They stayed in touch and profiled me, and it really helped my business grow.
What I love about staying involved with QUT is the chance to help students, especially female students, get excited about engineering as a career. Whilst working full-time, I also tutor civil engineering at QUT.
A few years after graduating, I started a Master of Philosophy, which allows me to focus on sustainability, something that's absolutely vital to the future of our planet. In conducting research at QUT and developing my specialisation, I landed a new job at Frankie 4. Say goodbye to timetables and exams.
Say hello to doing things your own way, doing things on a bigger stage.
With people who share your vision.
Welcome to the club.
Vice-Chancellor, I have much pleasure in presenting to you graduates in the Graduate Certificate in Education. Thea Hulswick. David Thompson. Rebecca Skinner. Laura Ticehurst. Maciel Safate Venegas. Shannon Chant. Jaslyn Huxley. Sally McPherson. Master of Education, Esmeralda Buyens. Jonathan Paul Brough. Kirsten Wardrop. Robert Bitter. Jia Chen. Sarah Covell. David Evans. Lewis Fletcher. Lisa Geit. Catherine Haynes. Katarina Hambling. Timothy Mallon. Juan Acevedo. Rihanna Alvarez. Elizabeth Canning. Morgalzata Housey. Barbara Johnson. Colleen Kelly. Diane Kelso. Hyunjin Lee. Rebecca McMillan. Sharon Malcolmson. Sharon Martin. Carly Roos. Diana Schwenke. Shelley Smith. Leanne Watson. Naomi Whitehouse. Master of Education with Distinction, Marie Coleman. Michelle Curry. Damien Forbes. Anne-Marie Kingston. Anton Lombardo. Anthony Sweeney. Todd Taylor. Cameron Daniel. Rebecca Daniel. Tara Davidson. Rhiannon Davis. Chloe Doherty. Maxine Doyle. Kate Gold. Jessie Hamill. Anthony Harker. Kaylee Hodgetts. Stephanie Lim. Maureen McVeigh. Pranish Warren Nair. Sharon Newman. Catherine Ruse. Courtney Sinclair. Melissa Wickham. Leah Worden. Taylor Donnelly. Renee Hobson. Master of Teaching, Alana Guy West. Master of Philosophy, Amelia McLeish. Sonam Tashi. Estefania Toro Duku. Bachelor of Creative Industries, Hok Shun Lee. Kayan He. Brianna Hope. Vice-Chancellor, I have much pleasure in presenting to you candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy from the Faculty of Creative Industries, Education and Social Justice. The full citations of each of the doctoral degrees to be awarded today and the names of their supervisors are provided on the graduates' webpage. A professional doctorate is a doctoral level qualification awarded self-evidently in a professional field. It involves high-level theoretical preparation and training in research methods as well as a dissertation of an applied nature which is examined externally. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jennifer Mason, who, through the completion of a thesis entitled NAIDOC and Me, a personal narrative journey exploring NAIDOC and lived experience, and other work in the field of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander performing arts, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Creative Industries. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. John Michael McQueenie, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Intermediation as Practice, Joining the Dots Between Community, Culture and Commerce, and other work in the field of design, practice and management, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Creative Industries. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Sonam Chayagul, who through the completion of a thesis entitled A Study of Emotions and Social Bonds During Transformative Pedagogy in a Bhutanese 10th grade physics class, and other works in the fields of curriculum, pedagogy and specialist studies in education, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Education. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Karen Eggle, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Understanding Complex Change in a Federal Policing Environment Through a Post-Conventional Lens and other work in the field of educational administration, management and leadership, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Education. Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Andrea Morris Campbell, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Developing Singing Competence, Confidence, Motivation and Self-Identity for Teaching Music in the Primary School, and other work in the field of curriculum, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Education. Amongst the highest qualifications this university can bestow, the Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is awarded for the successful completion of a significant piece of independent research, sustained in its scholarly character, and one which makes an original contribution to the field. External examination is always involved. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Subhashi Apana, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Understanding Student Emotion to Inform Science Inquiry Teaching Practices and other work in the field of science, technology and engineering curriculum and pedagogy, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Joseph Carter, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Extreme Sports as Filmed Entertainment, Understanding Aesthetic Form, Style and Characteristics of Extreme Sports Films, and other work in the field of film, television and digital media, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Si Jun Zhong, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Iban Ajat, Digitisation Framework for the Conservation of a Sarawak Traditional Dance and other work in the field of performing arts and creative writing, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Camilo Andres Nino Contreras, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Entrepreneurship and Career Development in Higher Music Education within the context of the creative industries in Colombia and other work in the field of music, has met the requirements of the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Atikar Rahman, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Private Television Channels in Bangladesh, a Political Economy Analysis of the Role of the State and How This Impacts News Media, and other works in the field of film, television and digital media, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Scott Rankin, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Big Hearts, 30 Years of Practice, Cultural Justice and the Right to Thrive, and other work in the field of policy and administration, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Megan Schroeder, who through the completion of a thesis entitled Creative Insights, Senior School Teachers' Experience of Creativity in Queensland Across the Curriculum, and other work in the field of curriculum and pedagogy, has met the requirements for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of all graduates and awards.
Graduates, on behalf of the University Council and the staff of the University, I offer you my warmest congratulations and may you continue to bring honour to yourselves and to QUT in your future careers. I'm now going to call upon Professor Canduso again to introduce today's student speaker.
Vice-Chancellor, we invite a small number of students who have combined academic excellence with service to the university community to deliver a valedictory address at graduation ceremonies. Today's speaker, Scott Rankin, undertook the Doctor of Philosophy and has participated in a range of activities. Scott is a writer-director and founder of renowned Arts for Social Change organisation Big Heart, now in its 30th year, and the research subject for his PhD. Scott enjoys international acclaim as a cultural justice thought leader and mentor, designing long-term projects across Australia and the Pacific. His large-scale works have shaped Australian theatre making, touring nationally and internationally. Scott lives on and learns from Tomijina country on the isolated northwest coast of Lutruwita, Tasmania, and this remote location serves as his campus, supplementing his QUT visits. The multifaceted nature of his career meant his time at QUT was focused on the guidance of his supervisors. His cross-genre content and grounded processes defy easy categorisation, bringing a respected, iconoclasm to his championing of cultural justice. The 2018 Tasmanian Australian of the Year 50 Arts, Businesses and NFP awards and publications recognise his seminal approaches captured in this cherished research at QUT. It is my honour and pleasure to ask Scott Rankin to come forward to address us.
Vice-Chancellor and members of the official party, fellow graduates and your supporters. Firstly, I think the thing that we should do is to thank the official party for their attention, for their time, and for being here tonight. So join with me. Can I sincerely say it's a joy and a privilege to acknowledge the country that we're on, the Turrbal and Yagara countries. We're meeting here, and it's special, I think, to recognise the oral university that elders past, present and future carry and will carry with them, sustained across 2,000 generations. And I'd also like to acknowledge Tomijina country, which has had a very different experience. It's where I live, breathe, and it teaches me in the research in Lutruwita. Each of us here has enjoyed a unique journey to and through QUT, and no doubt there were challenges and inspirations, moments of enlightenment, and perhaps some disappointments, and yet here we are. And we wouldn't be here without those who opened the doors to new learning to us and for us. Our teachers, our tutors, our mentors, our supervisors, our supporters, and our peers. So on behalf of all students, I thank our educators for their passion and their professionalism. They swept the leaves from our path and allowed us to choose our own particular learning journeys, and we thank you. Like all of us, I'm grateful for this opportunity to study at QUT, and indeed surprised I was given it. My educational journey got off to a fairly panicked start, and I remember on my last day at primary school, there was a party in grade 6, and I was drawing on the blackboard, as you do, and the headmaster, Mr. Russell, nothing personal, either didn't like chalk dust or he wasn't very impressed with my drawings, but he came into the classroom and he hit me on the back of the neck and knocked me out. I came to and I ran, terrified from that primary school, scared he was chasing me with a revolver. I don't know, I'd never seen a revolver. I took all the shortcuts through the bush, past Mooney's mud hole, along the foreshore, and got home and hid. And this incident has instilled two things in me. One is a commitment to running, and I think it's true to say that brave men run in our family, and a passion for justice, in particular, cultural justice. Because I thought, you know, everyone should have the right to draw on the blackboard. And cultural justice formed the basis of my research here at QUT. And from that moment as a boy, I ran away from education. However, I did keep my passion for drawing and for the arts, and I ended up in the theatre, writing and directing, doing a whole lot of those things. And I remember fairly near the beginning of my career, but I was doing okay. My favourite review came out of any of my shows, and it started with the headline in the Murdoch Press, the esteemed West Australian, "This is the kind of show that is ruining Australian theatre." And at the time I read it and I felt ill. I thought it was all over. But then, you know, it kind of dawned on me that there's an awful lot of Australian theatre that actually needs ruining, or at least dismantling. Is the dead white male European canon really the best that we can do? So I thought, let's mess with a few things creatively. And 40 years later, still running, a wise emeritus professor from QUT, Brad Hazeman, and a couple of supervisors, Sandra Gattenhoff and Gavin Carfoot, sat me down and suggested gently that maybe if I stopped fearing and stopped running away from education and started researching all this ruining that I thought I was doing, perhaps, maybe, just maybe, I'd be able to ruin Australian theatre just a little bit better. And perhaps that's a good definition of the creative industries here, and education and social justice at QUT. What a great thing to group those three together. So my time at QUT has been spent researching ways to dismantle, if you like, better ways of creating space for inclusive voices, for invisible stories, cultural justice as a human right, culture not as a mere hobby, but as an essential service that should sit alongside health and education and be funded the same way. Culture is critical in any and every curriculum. Now, without QUT's flexible approach, I could never have made the leap from running away from education to instead running towards a PhD. And personally, I'm grateful. Living on the far northwest coast of Tasmania has meant I've rarely got to this particular campus. And I, like many here, thank the faculty for their flexibility over the last few years. And I'm sure we'd all also like to thank the administrators and the technical staff and those behind the scene who currently, at the moment, steward this institution. And they deal with the constant change and churn and pivot that's been required of them, from the top of the faculty to the grounds people. And we thank all of them for facilitating us and our time here as a student body. And now, here we are, alumni facing the urgencies of the 21st century, urgencies which require wisdom and expertise at a time when public trust in expertise is being eroded. So now more than ever, we need those of us here who want to take a deep dive into knowledge. We need those who want to repair the future, who want to gentle the world, because the future demands it of us. So I urge you to spread the word about QUT to your peers as a place for deep study where even someone like me can get in, a place where you can stop running, a place where you're allowed to scribble on as many blackboards or smartboards as you can find. To finish, I'd like to thank my friends and family, especially, they're going to hate me for this, my children, Darcy and Lockie and Ginger, who encouraged me to study and have taught me more than I can tell you, who are my true north. And they've also taught me to get over myself a little bit. Many of us have family here, yelling out beautifully and wishing to be here and probably yelling at the laptop. And to them, I think we all say thank you for showing up or watching us. Thank you for your support, your belief in us, and perhaps your help in future with the HEX fees. So now, if you wouldn't mind, and I'm sure you will gratefully and with great joy, you'll stand and express your appreciation by way of applause or crazy dance or whatever it is in the creative industry methodology that takes your fancy. Please do that now. Thank your supporters and family. All right, that'll do, come on. Now, if you want to do some more, that's fine, or you can draw on the blackboard. And lastly, just from me to all the students here, well done and all the best for the future as you build better worlds. May you draw on every blackboard and ruin in a good way that which needs to be creatively rearranged, and when required, may you be fleet of foot as you run away quickly. Congratulations.
Thank you, Scott, for that inspiring address, and congratulations once again on your outcomes here at QUT. Graduates, as you are now formally graduates, please wear your tassels to the left with pride. Family and friends, we've almost come to the end of our ceremony. I suspect some of you would have been told by your graduate that you were not to cheer or whistle or basically not to be too noisy as they cross the stage. Well, I think we should now all congratulate our graduates by making as much noise as possible to celebrate their graduation. Thank you all. Before I close, I would like again to thank the wonderful staff who have arranged this graduation for us and assisted us today. It's not an easy job, and we thank you. I now close by extending my personal congratulations and those of the university to all of our graduates and our best wishes to their assembled family, friends, and supporters. Staff will assist graduates, family and friends to leave safely, so please wait at your seats until you are guided accordingly. Graduates, family and friends, would you all please stand as the academic procession leaves the stage? Thank you. Now go out and celebrate.